Hello everybody, my name is Jesse Bard and I'm here with Paul Shirley and we are doing a little coffee review today. We have Good Hope Coffee Roasters here in Summersville, Kentucky. It's roasted by our very own Brandon Walker. He's a good friend of ours and I wanted to do a review for him, not just because he's my friend, but because I believe he is striving towards a quality product, and I strongly believe in locally roasted fresh coffee. It's something that we are very passionate about. So today I want to talk about his coffee. I also wanted to give you a brew recipe to show you what is possible from your very own home when you buy quality coffee and you do it right. So we're going to get into some of that. So let's stay tuned. Today I'm going to brew the coffee on what's called an Aeropress. It's a relatively simple brewer that you can find at Walmart, but it makes a really good cup of coffee and it's a great entry point into making good coffee from your home. So that's the brewer we're going to use today. The coffee we're going to be using is a Colombian Natural that he roasted for me. And my recipe will be 12 grams of coffee to 200 grams of water. Let me take a break and say, please buy a scale. You can buy a scale for $10 or less on Amazon or even at Walmart. A standard kitchen scale will work great for this recipe. So we're going to do 12 grams of coffee, 200 grams of 195 degree water, and we're going to put it in our brewer. We're going to let it steep for 2 minutes, and then we will go do a slow pressurized push down to push the coffee through the grounds bed, and then we'll have delicious coffee, good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. So we'll get busy doing that. All right, let's get started with our recipe. Like I said, we're going to start with 12 grams of coffee. So I'm just going to weigh that out quick here into my handy dandy cup, and I went too far. There's 12 grams. And then we are going to put it in the grinder. And I have it, if you have a Fellow Ode Gen-2, I have it on a 6. That'll come out to about 790 microns if you want to go that crazy. So now we got that. Then I'm just going to put our Aeropress together. So the bottom will screw in like that, and it'll sit right on top of there. I have a handy dandy funnel here. And then we'll pour our ground coffee into the Aeropress. So once I have that done, I'll shake it so that it is level, and I will tare the scale. Very simple. All right. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour my water in there, 195 degrees. I'm going to start my timer, and I'm going to start pouring. And I'm trying to get all 200 milliliters or grams of this water in within 15 to 20 seconds. Usually that's no problem. If you're not using a scale to brew, your water level will be just above the 3. So I take this and for about 5 seconds I give it a good stir with a chopstick or a spoon, and then I put the top on. Now all we're going to do, once that's going to create a vacuum so that the coffee can steep, and when I reach the 2-minute mark, we'll go ahead and press the water through the coffee bed. All right, we're almost at 2 minutes. There we are at 2 minutes. I'm just going to remove this from the scale, and I'm going to just put gentle pressure on it so that it slowly pushes through the bed of coffee. My goal is to have all the water pushed through within 25 to 30 seconds. So you'll be able to feel if you're going a little too fast, you'll see that water level dropping just a little bit. All right, you'll hear a little bit of a hiss. That means you've reached the end. You just pull back up on that, turn it over, and you've made coffee. All right, and we have coffee. And we have Paul. Welcome to the screen, Paul.
Welcome to the screen.
All right.
Camera.
What do you think about that color?
Looks amber.
Yeah.
Looks gorgeous.
So this roast level, I would call it more of a medium to dark. Now traditionally, I like medium to lights, but...
Medium to lights, not medium to light. Although a medium to light could be nice too.
Let's do it. So I say that to say this. Fresh coffee, even if it's not exactly what you wanted, you can make good coffee out of it. So I think we've made good coffee. Let's find out.
Let's find out.
Do you want me to pour yours, or do you want to pour your own?
Oh, I can pour it. Let me pour it. Look at that.
Look at these fancy little glasses.
These are coffee tasting glasses.
What's it? How you say it? Icasa?
Icosa. These are called Avencies, is what they call them.
Yeah.
Avency tasting glasses.
Sponsor us. Let's see.
All right, let's see.
It's pretty good.
That is good.
So I noticed that as it cools, it gets sweeter. When it's piping hot, I get a lot of like baker's chocolate and some strawberry, which is cool. When I first brought it home, he thankfully messaged me. He's like, "You're gonna want to let that sit for a week or so because it's a natural process, and they do better after a week off a roast." But the smell on it was like, I was like, "This thing smells like a chocolate covered strawberry." But,
yeah, it is. This has definitely. I mean, I'm getting that like milk chocolate right out of this.
Yeah,
but not in the like burnt coffee way, but in the like delicious, great chocolatey flavor to a coffee cup.
I will tell you this: I tried to brew this with a V60, and I got a lot more of the astringent notes. So what brewer you use matters on your roast levels. So this roast responded really well to the Aeropress.
Because it's a quick brew for one.
Right. And doing it coarser with it being a little bit darker just allows you to extract the good flavors without getting any of that, like, I don't know if astringency is the right word. I don't think it is. I hear a lot of coffee people say astringency.
It's a little bitter.
It's a part of my vocabulary.
The bitterness you can get. This isn't bitter. This is smooth.
Right.
This is a nice,
it tastes
smooth cup.
like good chocolate. And I get the strawberry. As it cooled, like my cup this morning, as it cooled, I got, towards the end, it was like caramel, almost like a brulee sugar taste.
Yeah, my first taste, I thought caramely.
As it develops, as it cools, it gets much sweeter.
Yeah, so there you go. What a good cup. This would be a good first thing in the morning cup of coffee. And Jesse and I neither one generally put cream or sugar in our coffees.
Because we don't like to pollute our coffee.
We want it to taste like coffee.
Just kidding. I make lattes all the time.
A latte is different. But this would be great with milk in it. This would marry well with some creamer for someone who wanted that. Although I would recommend that you drink it straight.
Yep, good stuff. Good stuff.
Well done, Good Hope Coffee.